Alright folks, here's the deal. You've been doing some summoning. You've summoned on the Goku and the Frieza banners for quite some time now during the $350 million celebration. You summoned a bunch during the first couple of days, then you thought to stop for a little bit because, you know what, you were either getting shafted, you weren't getting anything you ever wanted, or you were getting everything you wanted. You decided to stop because you wanted your wallet to breathe a little bit. Then we got top grossing and you went back in on these banners again. And now you are left wondering, number one, when's part two? Number two, what are you going to be doing with those residuals that you got from all of these summons, both from right now as well as throughout the year leading up to this point? So we're going to be talking about those pesky red coins right now. What up, Dokkanners? Welcome back to Tsunarami for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. I'm going to be giving you my thoughts, my opinions, and my overall thought process when selecting a red coin shop unit. And hopefully it'll help you decide, for those of you who are still undecided as to which unit you should pick up on these banners, because every single banner, time and time again, I'm asked constantly, who should I pick? And it's a valid question, because if you're a new player, if you're an old player, you're indecisive, you just want to make the most well-informed decision and you want to hear various takes on certain units. So hopefully this video will help you out. Hopefully after this you could buy the unit that you want with more ease, because that's what I'm hoping for anyway. So if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like down below and let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with my takes. This is, of course, opinion-based, so if you guys disagree, feel free to let me know. I don't mind people disagreeing. It's totally natural, just as long as we're all respectful and civil. So let's start by jumping over to the Dokkan Wiki real quick, because it's actually a lot easier to look there. These are the two Dokkan Fest banners. I'm going to go over some of the exceptional units that I would look at, so if I don't mention one, it is not because that they are bad, it is simply because I don't feel like they are worth mentioning, but they are all very good in their own respective rights. Every single unit here is here for a reason, because they are good in some form or fashion. So if you are an experienced player, you don't need to take my word on it and you just want to pick whatever you want, go ahead. But I can't, first of all, get to everyone, because that would make this a 30-minute video, which would take forever. I want to go over some of the more exceptional, noteworthy units that I feel people need to pay attention to. We'll start with the obvious ones. I'm pretty sure you can predict which one I'm going to be selecting first as far as which red coin shop unit you should buy. Yep, it's Vegito. If you don't have Vegito, buy it. This Vegito is so good, you literally only need one copy. Why you only need one copy? Because the very point of having additional dupes in a unit is to enhance their super attack by having additionals or criticals. If a unit can do both already in its kit, why do you need dupes? You don't. That's what this guy is capable of, and then some. Number one, the leader skill is outstanding. One of the main criteria that I look at, other than of course whether I have the unit or not, is looking at whether or not the category lead is robust enough. Majin Buu Saga alone answers that question. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Majin Buu Saga is one of the biggest categories in the game. The fact that he leads it at 130% HP and 170% attack and defense, very good. Battle of Wits, kind of on the rise, not the biggest category in comparison. Actually, that's not true. It's actually pretty good. It's been growing. Yeah, we got a lot of Battle of Wits here. So both categories are actually really good in terms of just sheer volume. So there, right there, that's a plus. Super attack, raise attack and defense for one turn. Temporary stacking in the stats department, kind of meh, but when you see what it does in the passive, you'll understand. Attack and defense plus 120, reduces damage received by 30%. Ah, there you go. That's why this is not a permanent stack, it's a temporary one. Plus, additional ki plus 1 per ki sphere obtained. So that takes care of the ki problem. That means if you're on a team where you just don't synergize at all, he can take care of himself, or they can. Medium chance of launching an additional super attack. So there, right there, takes care of your hidden potential. 30% chance to lead an additional super attack. 30% chance is equivalent to 15 on your additional. So you literally don't need a single copy. What about the critical, you say? Oh yeah, well, when you transform, first of all, you heal 50%, which is insane. You can counter normal attacks after you already raise your attack and defense, possibly multiple times. You then also have extra ki. You can foresee enemy super attacks to make sure that you don't let this Vegito get hit with a super attack. And you have a medium chance to perform a critical hit. So, yeah, you don't need a dupe. So if you were just so unlucky and you could not pull a single copy of this Vegito for whatever reason on this banner, or last year, or during the 6-year anniversary, it is time to buy this Vegito, because it will get you through pretty much everything that there is in Dokkan right now. Very good unit. All the no item runs that I see are now done with this Vegito at the helm, or at least one of them in the team. Very good unit all around. Must have. Not so much of a must-have, but it is still worth mentioning because this is the opposite unit for the Worldwide Download Celebration last year that showed up with the Vegito. It's the Buutenks. Number one thing that stands out to me, which is funny, is that this Buutenks is kind of a Frieza clone. Or I guess I should say Frieza is a Buutenks clone, since Buutenks was first. Raises defense on the 18 key, raises attack on the 12 key. So that right there just tells me this unit basically functions the same way as Frieza. It's all about stacking, 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 getting those numbers up. And if you see the passive, you can understand that. Number one, raises, recovers 12% HP, so you got a heal factor going. Nice base passive. Extra key for easy super attacks. This I do like. So you can actually kind of give the edge to the Buutenks here in that with that extra key plus 1 per type key sphere obtained, the ease that you have in getting the 18 key is far higher on this unit as opposed to the LR Frieza. And that was one of the issues that I came across when doing my showcase for the unit. So if you guys didn't see that, go check it out. That was the main gripe with the Frieza. When running through the Legendary Goku event, if you don't get that 18 key on the first super attack, your additional will not be the 18 key super attack. It will be the 12 key, which means you will only be raising your attack, not your defense. Here, it's almost a guarantee, depending on the type of team that you run. If you're running it on a power absorption or a Majin power team, your chances are you're going to be getting a lot of key anyway from various supports and links, that the ease of getting that 18 key super is going to be much higher on this particular unit than opposed to the Frieza. And then, of course, medium chance of launching an additional super attack. So this unit's good. Very good for long-form events. Infinite Dragon Ball History, Legendary Goku event. You could run this guy not even on those particular teams, Power Absorption, Majin Power. You can just run him on the Majin Buu Saga. Let's just take a look at this real quick, just to see the volume, like the comparison between Majin Buu Saga and these guys. Look at that. It's just Buu's. And then look at Power Absorption. Oh, it's so cute. It's so tiny. Yeah, it's not that good leader skill. So obviously, those are the worldwide download all-stars from last year. If you don't have them, pick one of them up. If you got to choose between one of the two, Vegito. Easy. Now let's talk about the GT Heroes. These guys are also featured on the banner. This is their first time returning to Global since they first debuted, was it like 3 months before the 6th-year anniversary? So a lot of people didn't summon on these banners when they originally came out. Now is the time to pick them up. If you didn't get them from your summons, buy them, buy them, buy them from the coin shop. Why? Because literally every single event, these guys have some sort of use on. Number one, their leader skill. Goku's family and Vegeta's family, are you kidding me? That's basically Dokkan. That's basically Dokkan. You're covering the entire lineage of Goku and Vegeta. Two of the most popular characters in the game, and all of those that are related to them. That's a lot of units that you're picking up. And of course, GT Heroes as well, with 170% across the board. That is a powerful leader skill. These guys temporarily raise their stats, but they do so in a major way while also lowering defense. Their base passive numbers are insane. They also have nuking properties. Are you kidding me? Nuking properties! Attack plus 20% when performing a super attack per key sphere 10. This guy is an all-star on the punching bag event, believe it or not. This guy can be used on the punching bag event. When I was doing my Goku LR Goku Frieza runs, people were like, bruh, don't you ever use the GT Goku? I don't know why I did that voice. But people, I mean, I just feel like people are judging. They're like, dude, you can totally use the Goku over the Goku Frieza. It's so much easier. That might be right. Vegeta doesn't do the same thing. He does raise attack and defense, but that could also help because then you're kind of a defensive nuke. If you're, in a tight spot, you can raise your attack and defense, and then you could boost your defense even more with the nuking passive. These guys are so good. Absolutely must-haves. They will steamroll through the punching bag event, the Legendary Goku event. They can keep up with the actual permanent stackers. They can help on Super Battle Roads. These guys are very, very good. I don't even have to say anything else. That's just very, very good is all I need. That's my elevator pitch for the GT Heroes, and I'm sticking to it. Let's move on to the next one. Let's talk about Cooler. Cooler is on the Frieza banner. Cooler has always been regarded as one of the best leader skills in the game and one of the best TURs in the game because it does everything that you need for the end game events. You've got support for Terrifying Conquerors. You've got transformation boost support. You've got a healthy base passive. You can have the ability to nerf your opponent's enemies. Your opponent's enemies? Your opponent's enemies would be your allies. Your enemy's attack and defense. Then when you transform, he becomes a monster. He becomes a solo act. He will raise attack infinitely. He will have the ability to perform critical hits, multiple attacks based on who you're fighting. Pure Saiyans, Hybrid Saiyans is basically everybody in Dokkan. So there's a lot of reason to use this guy on various events. Super Battle Road stands no chance against this guy. Legendary Goku event stands no chance against this guy. He is a must-have. Category selection is very good. Terrifying Conquerors Transformation Boost cover both good and bad. The bad being Terrifying Conquerors. Transformation Boost also covers a lot of bad guys, but a lot of good guys too. We got some good dudes in here too. So very nice categories. One of the best in the entire game. If you don't have Cooler, you're insane. Get them. Do it. Now let's talk about some throwbacks. We're looking at the Transforming Goku and the Transforming Frieza. Why would I recommend that you pick some of the oldest units on the roster? The reason why is because of their EZAs and also the accessibility factor. One of the best things about these two units has always been their accessibility, which is why they were always on a ton of banners. People were very annoyed by that, and rightfully so, because if they're always there, they're probably always pulling them. But there's going to be people who never could pull them. I know a few people who were in that situation. But then also, new players need an easy time putting together a team. You may not have everybody on the Realm of Gods category. You may not have everybody on the Wicked Bloodline category or Battle of Wits. You just have a bunch of good guys and a bunch of bad guys. Who can you run that can oversee a bunch of good guys or a bunch of bad guys? The answer, right here, Goku and Frieza. These guys can lead whoever you need on those particular teams without ever having to worry about categories. Obviously, synergy and ki and all that stuff might be a problem, but at least you have a starting leader skill kit. And with the EZA that these guys are getting right now, they're even better. The number one thing that stands out to me is the fact that their leader skill now is on par with the Pikkon and the Janemba. Those were the recent units that were the number one leads for Extreme and Superclass, but now that these guys are getting EZAs, these guys are back to the forefront in terms of leader skill potency. So if you don't have Pikkon or Janemba, that's fine. You got these guys. They will do the same thing. By the way, right now as I'm recording this, Goku does not have his EZA officially out in the game, but we do know what's going to be happening for these two units. But basically, they're just doing what they do normally, but even better. They both stack attack and defense. One heals along the way, and one tanks along the way by reducing damage received. So now with their EZAs, they just do the same thing, but they do it better with more stats, more power, and they are also one of the more archaic units in terms of their mechanics, because we only have 3 transforming units at this level in the game. We got Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza. Vegeta doesn't have an EZA yet. He eventually will. But in the meantime, you can take a look at these two, and they are basically meant for Legendary Goku event, Infinite Dragon Ball history, anything with escalation in the very nature of the event. Now they can actually hold their own. Before Frieza, you always dreaded bringing the TUR Frieza. In fact, you would bring the SSR because the SSR Frieza has no limit in terms of stacking. Whereas when you get to the golden form or the blue form at the pinnacle, in their un-EZA'd state, you actually dreaded it because you could never raise their attack and defense again. So you literally had 4 turns to stack for them. After that, you're kind of cooked. If you don't have enough stats, you're done. Now with this EZA, they both can raise attack and defense on that super attack. They also have even more in their passive. They're very strong to the point that they could be Dokkan Fest level or even better than, you know, at the moment, they're actually better than, well over half of the Dokkan Fest units that exist in the game. For sure. For sure. So if you don't have these guys at all, it's worth picking up one copy. And I will go down on that hill. Is that the right phrase? That sounded really bad. I will die on this hill. I'm going to keep that in the video. I'm going to keep that in the video. I will die on that hill. If people don't agree with me, I will die on that hill. These two units are a must-have now. Go down on the hill. So that's it, folks. I'm going to just wrap it up there before I say something else stupid. Hopefully, my words helped you decide who to choose from these units. A couple other notable units to point out. You got the Namek Goku here. So this guy leads Planet Namek Saga. So if you didn't have any luck pulling the Dokkan Fest LRs, you have a Planet Namek Saga lead in this guy. Keep in mind, Planet Namek Saga is still getting units. We don't have too many. But if you have one leader skill that's a Planet Namek Saga, that's good. Plus he leads Super Saiyan, so it fits that versatility in the category lead meta. Also really good stats. Attack and defense was 170%. This guy's not bad. And people are talking about this guy getting an EZA. Look at that leader skill. How do you enhance that with an EZA? Give him a sub lead? His stats are very good. His abilities are very good when he transforms. He can raise defense infinitely. He has a medium chance of guarding all attacks. And plus he fits on like every category. He's a Goku unit. I don't know why I clicked on Shocking Speed. And then he has the Rage mechanic. So you're not going to go wrong with anybody that you choose on these units, on these banners. I gotta say, like, people always worry that they're gonna pick the worst thing ever, and they're gonna make a big mistake that they can never take back. All of these guys will be getting easy A's at some point, if this, you know, if Dokkan continues on, because that's kind of how it goes. A unit releases, it does X. After a little while, what it does as X gets outdated, then it gets an easy A, starts to do Y, and then it jumps back up to the forefront. That's what these transforming units are at right now. Who knows what it's going to be like when Cooler gets an easy A? Can you imagine? Transformed from Cooler? No way. Talk about going down. No, I'm not making that joke. All right, that's going to be it, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you have some better understanding of who to pick on your coin purchases. I can't buy anyone because they're all rainbowed, except for the GT Heroes. They're both at 90%, and I don't want to buy them because that would not only trigger me, but a lot of you. But hopefully you guys can now have a better time deciding who to pick. There is no wrong answer, and if you're really in doubt, pick the transforming units. That's my short answer. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below, and let me know in the comments, what was your decision on purchasing these units? And were you caught off guard by what I said with that dying on the hill thing? Because, yeah, I shouldn't have said that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan stuff in the future, and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks again. Stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly. Don't tell anybody about this, okay? Don't. Goodbye.